sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. A sentence begins with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. And we said there are kinds of sentences. How many? There are 4 kinds of sentences. We have done the first one, declarative or affirmative sentence. And second, we have done the interrogative sentence, ends with a question mark. And then we also done imperative sentence, command, order, wish, desire, any of those sentences that expresses a command or a request or a wish, then we say it's an imperative. And finally, the last kind of sentence, the 4th one and the last one is an exclamatory sentence, surprise. Okay, a sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. That's the last of the 4 kind. A sentence that expresses a sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory. An exclamatory sentence. So this is the 4th kind and the last of the kind of sentence. Okay. There are 4 kinds of sentences. The first is declarative or affirmative or assertive. Whether it's a declarative or assertive or affirmative, or that's only one kind of sentence. Then you have the interrogative sentence that ends with a question mark. Then we have an imperative sentence that commands, requests, advises, or wish or desire. That kind of sentence we call an imperative. And the 4th kind is any sentence that expresses sudden feeling of strong and sudden feeling. Then we call it an exclamatory sentence. And an exclamatory sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation mark. Interrogative sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with a question mark. Declarative, imperative begins with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. Now here you got to be very careful. An exclamatory sentence expresses sudden, strong emotional feeling, and then it begins with a capital letter, ends with an exclamatory mark. That you have to be very, very careful. Now I'll give you a few sentences for you to look at. How beautiful. How beautiful the roses. How beautiful the roses. You're admiring the rose. What a pleasant weather. What a pleasant weather. Okay, next one. How hot it is. How hot it is. How hot it is. May you get well soon. Look at the questions. Look at all the sentences. How sad it is. How sad it is. And what a sweet voice. What a sweet voice you have. Now, all these sentences, how beautiful the roses, what a pleasant weather, how hot it is, may you get well soon, how sad it is, what a sweet voice you have. In all these 6 sentences, there is an expression of strong, sudden feeling, either positive or negative. Now, how sad, you're feeling very sad, not excited. What a sweet voice. You're feeling so happy. How hot it is, you cannot bear it. May you get well soon. You're not well, may you get. In all this, there is an expression of sudden, strong feeling. And we call this an exclamatory sentence. It begins with the capital letter, ends with the full stop, exclamation mark. Now, supposing you got your answer sheet and you got 100 marks. What will the teacher say? Wow, what a wonderful girl, exclamatory mark. Or someone who always comes early to school will say, Sam, you are never late. Sam, you're always on time. An exclamation mark. Or somebody who's always good. You are always a good boy. Expression. Or supposing your uncle just suddenly comes in from somewhere. Wow, how nice it is. You're feeling great, your uncle has come. Or suddenly it rains, it's a hot day and rains. What a cool day. Sudden burst of clouds and the place becomes. So exclaiming, you are expressing. Or your neighbor's got a baby boy or girl. One baby is born and everybody's happy about it. Say, oh, what a lovely baby. On your birthday, dad brings you a lovely pair of shoes. Wow, I just love it. What a wonderful shoes. Or you got a pretty dress. What a pretty dress. Any words, any sentence expressing emotion, sudden, then you call that an exclamatory sentence. Let's look at it again and then I give you some more sentences for you to understand. How beautiful the roses, expressing feeling. What a pleasant weather. How hot it is. May you get well soon. How sad it is. What a sweet voice you have. All these are expressing feeling and they are all exclamatory sentences. I'll give you some more for you to understand better. We are trying to understand the 4th kind of sentence, that is an exclamatory sentence. Any sentence that expresses strong and sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. So I have some more for you to understand better. What a clever girl you are. What a clever girl you are. In the class, when somebody does nice work or gives a nice answer, the teacher will say, oh, what a clever girl you are. Or what a clever child you are. Then, may God bless you. Sometimes you want to bless people. May God bless you. Some elderly person or your teacher, your mother wants to bless you. May God bless you. Okay. What a pretty dress. You come home for your birthday from school and your mom has got dress for you and then you look at it and say, what a pretty dress. Or when you put it to school, The children, the teachers, everybody admires to say, what a pretty dress, expressing strong, sudden feeling. How happy we are when you are good and when you bring home good marks. Parents will say, how happy we are. Not only the way you behave, but the way you bring in lots of marks to keep us happy. What an interesting story. After having read a book, you'll say, what an interesting story. Okay, then quick, how slow you are. No? Quick. Maybe you're writing a test and the teacher says, quick. How slow you are. How slow. Or even at home, mommy will say, how slow you are to do your work, your homework. Now look at all these sentences. Okay? Exclamatory sentence showing strong, sudden feeling. What a clever girl you are. Mommy says, you have finished all your work on time. Or your teacher says, what a clever girl you are. May God bless you. On your birthday, you get a lot of blessing. What a pretty dress. Or what a pretty house. How happy we are. What an interesting story. After having read the story, you'll say, what an interesting story. When you come home with good report, Daddy will say, how happy we are. At home, you're doing your work, or in the class, you're doing the work. Maybe you are a bit slow. Then either your teacher or your mommy will say, quick now, quick. How slow you are. Because there's a lot of work to be done. And you've got to be fast. Quick. Even if you put one single word, exclamatory mark, quick, fast. All those commands that you put up. Now, all these, now you also can frame your own according to what you feel. Frame your own exclamatory sentence. I'll give you some more for you to look into. It'll be good for you to take out your textbook, any storybook, and look for exclamatory sentences. Nice for you to gather, write it into your rough note, or write it in a piece of paper, identifying from your own storybook or your textbook. Here, I have some more exclamatory sentences for you. Now, what a rain. What a rain. Okay? How thrilling the movie was. How thrilling. How thrilling the movie was. Well done, boy. Well done. Well done, boy. How wonderful. How wonderful. Some more. What a lovely child. What a lovely child. Or you can say, what a colorful garden. What a colorful garden. Look at a garden full of flowers and you see. So, now, that comes to the end of the exclamatory. What are the 4 types of sentences that we have learned? Declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. Now, let's look at some more exclamatory sentences. There are 4 kinds of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. A sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with an exclamation mark. Just look at these sentences. What a rain! How thrilling the movie was! Well done, boy! How wonderful! What a lovely child! What a colorful garden! You can express your feeling on what you write or what you feel, or you got something, you saw something, seeing a bird. Look at that, how wonderful the row of birds. What colorful butterflies. What colors in those flowers. Expressing any feeling. How sad I feel for that girl. Feeling sad when somebody has lost someone. So expressing strong sudden feeling, you call it an exclamatory sentence. For your exercise to learn better, to remember better, take a storybook, your reader, pick out all exclamatory sentences and see at the end there is an exclamation mark. Write down all that. Then it will be a good practice for you. So far we have done 4 kinds of sentences. That is declarative, imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory. Interrogative ends with a question mark. Exclamatory ends with an exclamation mark. We will do some exercise so that you can pick out each kind of sentence. So far we have done 2 kinds of sentences. One, declaring, affirming, asserting, and we call that declarative, assertive sentences. Now, we did what's called interrogative. All sentences that ask question, we call it an interrogative sentence, ending with a question mark. Now we are going to do the 3rd kind of sentence, that's called imperative sentence. Now an imperative sentence expresses a command, a request, or a desire, and we call that an imperative sentence. So the 3rd kind, the 3rd one, the 3rd kind of sentences, imperative. A sentence that expresses a command. A command, a request, a command, a request, or a desire. A command, a sentence that expresses a command, a request, or a desire is called an imperative. An imperative sentence. So a sentence that expresses a command, a desire, or a request, we call it an imperative sentence. What are the first one? Declarative. Second one, interrogative. Now we are doing the imperative. How can you find out an imperative sentence? An imperative sentence expresses command, a request, a desire, and then you call it an imperative sentence. When we do the exercise, you will understand better. Now, just look at this. Please, let me work. Please, let me work. Now, what did we say? An imperative sentence expresses command, request, desire. Under what category it comes? Desire. I have a desire to work. Please let me work. It's an imperative sentence and it's, what is it? Expressing desire. Desire to work, longing to work. Please let me work. It also, okay, now, please do this just now. What kind of that? Next one, huh? Please do this just now. Now, what imperative sentence is that? Do it, commanding. Okay, so a sentence that expresses a command or a desire or wish, anything can be an imperative sentence. Now, please do this just now. Command. You are being commanded, ordered, commanded or ordered, whatever you call it. Another sentence, Bala, shut the door. Bala, shut the door. What is that? Shut the door. Asking you to, requesting, shut the door. Request. So, request. A sentence that expresses a command, a request or a desire, we call this an imperative sentence. Now, next one. One more I'll give you. Do me a favor. Do me a favor, please. Now, what is it? Do me a favor, please. That is a request. You are requesting. You are requesting. Do me a favor, please. Please help me. Okay. Next. Avoid. Avoid. Going. Avoid going deep into the sea or into the water. Avoid going deep into the water. What is that? What is that? Advise. A command or advice. Okay. You are giving an advice. Request, advice, desire, command, request. All these are imperative sentences. Now, I wish. There are another sentence. I wishing. Wish, request or desire or wish, whatever. I wish I had. I wish I had a nice house. You're wishing. So that is, when you wish, that's called a desire. It can be a wish or a desire, whatever. You're wishing. You wish. So with the wish or a desire, it comes under imperative sentence. And finally, I have get down from the ladder. Commanding, order. A command, it can be a command or order. Get down from the stairway. Get down from the vehicle. Now, a sentence that expresses command, request, desire, wish, order, all these are imperative sentences. Let's look at the sentences again. Please let me work. That's a wish, either a desire or it can be a wish. I'm wishing. Please, I wish. I wish to work here. Please let me work. Please do this just now. Ordering, commanding, right now. Imperative sentence. Bala, shut the door. Order. Bala, shut the door. Do me a favor, please. Requesting. imperative sentence. Avoid going deep into the water, giving advice. I wish I had a nice house. Desire, wish. All this, a sentence, an imperative sentence, expresses a command, a request, order, desire, wish. All this, if that contains a sentence, we call it an imperative. What is declarative? Declaring, affirming, asserting. That is a declarative sentence. What about interrogate? All questions, all sentences that ends with the question mark is an interrogative sentence. Now here, any sentence that expresses a command, request, order, wish is an imperative sentence. As we go along doing more exercise, you will grasp better. We need to remember an imperative sentence begins with a capital letter, always ends with a full stop. Okay? That we need to remember. Capital letter, full stop, because it's a sentence. Now, I give you few sentences, imperative sentences, and you tell me what category it comes. Is it a command, a desire, a request, or a wish? That we need to look at. Okay? Only if you know how to look at, then you will know how to identify the imperative sentence. The first one, come here. Come here. Next. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Get down from the ladder. Next. Please, lend me a pencil. Please, lend. Please lend me a pencil. Next. Look at all the sentences. Stand there. Stand there. Please open the window. Open the window. Next. You must cross. You must cross the road carefully. Now, all these are imperative sentences. You can look into it and find it may be a command, a desire, a request, a wish. Let's find out. All imperative sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. Now, we need to find out, come here. When we say, come here, it's a, what do you think it is? You're ordering a person. So, a sentence that expresses command, order, request, wish, we call it an imperative sentence. So, now when you say, come here, you're ordering a person. Order. So, you know that's an imperative sentence. Tell me the truth. The full stop should be there. Tell me the truth. What kind is that? Again, you're ordering the person. You have to tell the truth. Commanding, ordering to get the news out. Get down from the ladder. You're telling, come on now, get down from the ladder. You're commanding the person. Command. Okay. Please, lend me a pencil. Requesting. That is a request. You are requesting a person to lend you a pencil or whatever. Stand there. Stand there. Again, it is a order. Stand there. Order. Please open the window. You're asking. Please open the window. You're requesting. Request. And you must cross the road carefully. You must cross the road carefully. You are advising a person. Advise. I wish I had some nice storybooks. Desire, wish. I wish I could fly in an airplane. I wish I could travel in a train. Wishing, desiring. Okay, now, these are all imperative sentences, but each one you find out, is it an order, is it a command, is it a request? Even if you don't find that, but if you can detect that, then you will, it's an imperative. Come here, order. Anything that commands order, it's an imperative sentence. Please tell me the truth. You're ordering, you're commanding. Come on, tell me the truth. Then you know it's an imperative sentence. Begins with a capital letter, ends with the full stop. Get down the ladder. You're commanding. You're going to fall. Get down the ladder. Get down the vehicle. Commanding. Please, lend me a pencil. Please, let me a helping hand. You are requesting. It's an imperative sentence. Begins with a capital letter, ends with the full stop. Stand there. Order. You're giving an order. When you know there's an order in the sentence, it's an imperative sentence. Please open the door. Request. You're requesting a person to open the window or door, whatever. You must cross the road carefully. You're giving an advice. You're commanding somebody. If you don't cross the road, something will go wrong. So, you are advising a person, look, must cross the road carefully. Now, any sentence that's got a command or an order, a request, a desire, a wish, then you can say it's an imperative sentence. The imperative sentence begins with a capital letter and it ends with the full stop. We have done 3 kinds of sentences so far. 1, declarative sentence. Second, we did interrogative sentence, ends with a question mark. And here's an imperative sentence. It has got command, request, desire, wish, all sorts. Then you can detect that they are all imperative. And finally, we are going to do the last kind of sentence.